Barakatin Yahweh, Barakatin Yahweh Shai, Barakatin Ruach HaKodesh, Yasha, Yahuda, Yarushalayam, Kwam Yasharala, Para, Sayan. All right, man. Let's get, the Lord, the Most High wants us to be on fire right now, man. Because we're trying to get redeemed, man. We're not the Israelites, man. We're not trying to see this shit get better, man. We're trying to get we're trying to fulfill our destiny, man. That we're destined to be a holy nation, man. But in this prayer that I just told you guys in the Hebrew is, that glorified be, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and to save the tribe of Judah, Yehuda, and Jerusalem, which is the northern kingdom, to rise Yasharallah, because both of us make Yasharallah. And when Yahweh Shai comes back, we're gonna be one kingdom. It's no longer gonna be divided, northern and southern kingdom. We're just gonna be Yasharallah, you know what I'm saying, and praise Zion, Mount Zion, man, mothership, man. Now, we're gonna do Deuteronomy 29, from Deuteronomy 29, verse 10 to possibly the end of the chapter. And I might have to do 2 parts to this, and because the brother Moses, he had warned us, man, and he foretold us, man, and now we've come full circle, and now we're back to make a choice again, man. So we're gonna name this the choice of life or death, man. So let's just get edified, man. Okay, here's chapter 29, verse 10. All you who stand today before Yahweh your Elohim, your leaders and your tribes and your elders and your officers, all the men of Yasharallah, your little ones and your wives, also the stranger who is in your camp, from the ones who cuts your woods to the one who draws your water, that you may enter in a covenant with the Most High, your Elohim, into his oath, which Yahweh your Elohim makes with you today, that he may establish you today as a people of himself, and that he may be your Elohim, just as he has spoken to you, and just as he has sworn to your father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and make this covenant with his oath and with you alone, but with him who stands here with us today before Yahweh our Elohim, as well as with him who is not here with us today. So see, he's talking about who was not here today is our Mashiach, man, because he knew that we're gonna make a covenant with our Elohim and with our Mashiach, man, because Moses, man, he was like, he was one of a kind, man. He had, he saw the Most High face to face, and him, Abraham, King David, some of them, man, yeah, of course, they're under the, our Lord Yahweh Shai, but, man, man, you get the point, man. For you know that okay, let's proceed. For you know that we dwelt in the land of Egypt, and that we came to the nations which you passed by, and you saw their abominations and their idols which were among them, wood and stone and silver and gold, so that there may not be among you a man or a woman or family or tribe whose heart turns away today from the Most High, your Elohim, to go and serve the gods of these nations, and that there may not be among you a root bearing bitterness of wormwood, and so it may not happen when he hears the words of this curse that he blesses himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, even though I follow the dictates of my heart, as though the drunkard could be included with the sober. I'm gonna stop it right there. Basically, like don't say that you're Israelite, man, and then act like a heathen, man, or in this case, man, or in modern days today, don't say you're Israelite and then act like a sun worshiping Christian, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's proceed. And so it happened. Let's proceed. So the Most High will not spare him. The Most High will not spare him, for the anger of the Most High and his jealousy will burn against the man, and every curse that is written in this book will settle on him. And the Most High will blot out his name from under the Shamayans, which is the heavens. And the Most High will separate him from all the tribes of Israel for adversity, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law. Yeah, man, because he's talking about the curses in Deuteronomy 27, man. You know what I mean? So that the coming generation of your children who rise up after you, and the foreigner who comes from the far land, will say that when they see the plagues of that land and sickness which the Most High has landed on them, the whole land is brimstone, salt, and burning. It is not sown, nor does it bear, nor does any grass grow there, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Seboy, which the Most High overthrew in his anger and his wrath. He's talking about some abomination fucking kingdoms of old, man. And let's proceed, man. All nations will say, why has the Most High done so to his land? What does the heat of this great anger mean? Then the people will say, because they have forsaken the covenant of Yahweh, the Elohim of their forefathers, which he made with them when he brought them out of the land of Egypt. For they went and served other gods and worshipped the gods that they did not know, and he did not give it to them. Then the anger of the Most High was arose against the land to bring on it every curse that is written in this book. See, and the most, let me finish. And the Most High uprooted them from their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land as it is today. See, man, Moses knew that, man. He had warned and he had foretold us, man, what was going to happen, you know. And this is what happened to today, like it says here. Like, watch, let's finish this chapter. It says, the secret things belong to Yahweh Elohim, but those things which are revealed belong to us and to our children forever, that they may do all the words of his law. See, yeah, of course, because, the Most High, the prophets, and he exalts them and tells them about, like, and that's why they prophesy. They see what's going to happen. He lets them know. He gives them the secret things, the knowledge, but they give us the heads up, and we gotta abide. So let's proceed. It says chapter 30. Blessings of return to your Elohim. Now it shall come to pass when all these things come upon you. See, he knew that we were going to plunder upon you the blessings and the curses which I have set before you, and you call them to mind among all the nations where Yahweh your Elohim drives you, and you return to Yahweh your Elohim and obey his voice according to all that I commanded you today, you and your children, with all your heart and with all your soul, that the Most High will bring you back from captivity and have compassion on you and gather you again from all the nations where Yahweh Elohim has scattered you. If any of you are driven out to the farthest parts under the Shamayan, and from there Yahweh your Elohim will gather you, and from there he will bring you. Then the Most High will bring you to the land which your fathers possessed, and you shall possess it. He will prosper you and multiply you more than your fathers. And Yahweh your Elohim will circumcise you, your heart and the heart of your descendants, to love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart and with all your soul, that you may live. Yeah, because like I said, we're gonna have the laws are gonna be imprinted in the tablets of our lives. You know what I mean? So we're gonna fulfill the prophecies to be a holy nation. You know what I mean? So let's proceed. So right, so then it says here, okay, let's see. Also, Yahweh will put all these curses on your enemies and on those who hate you, who persecute you, and you will. And it says, persecute you, and you will obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, all his commandments which I have commanded you today. Yahweh your Elohim will make you abundant all the works of your hand, in the fruits of your body, in increase of your livestock, and in the produce of your land for good. For Yahweh will again rejoice over you for good, as he rejoiced over your fathers. If you obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law, and if you turn to Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart and with all your soul. Yeah, so basically, man, that you return, man, and you become one part of the hopeful elect, of the remnant, man. Now here it is, man. The choice of life or death is here. For this commandment which I command you today is not too mysterious for you, nor is it far off. Yeah, man. See, cause we're back to this square right here. Now we're gonna have to make a choice, life or death, man. You want to live, friend, and worship, bullshit like Jesus, the Son of the world, and be worldly religions, because the world is enemy of Yahweh, or you want to be Israel, man. For this commandment, which it says, right, it is not in the Shamias that you should say, who will ascend into heaven for us and bring it to us, that we may hear it and do it. Nor is it beyond the sea that you will say, who will go over the sea for us and bring it to us, that we may hear it and do it. But the word is very near you, in your mouth and in your heart, that you may do it. See, so you have the choice, man, See, I have set before you today life and good, death and evil. Yeah, man. So, brother Moses, man, he was a leader, man, and he let us know. In that I command you today to love Yahweh your Elohim, to walk in his ways and to keep his commandments, his statutes, and his judgments, that you may live and multiply, and Yahweh your Elohim will bless you in the land which you go to possess. But if your heart turns away so that you do not hear and are drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, yeah, man, like, Christianity, Muslim, any of these worldly religions, man, they're not ours, man. See, that was for these fuckers, man. And, you read Numbers and all that, he handed all these nations to the host of heaven, man. That's what we're set apart, because we're strictly for the Lord. We have his name, Jasharala, man. You know what I'm saying? And I said, but okay, and you serve other cross, and other serve them. I announce to you today that you shall surely perish. You shall not prolong your days in the land which you cross over to the Jordan to go in and possess. I call heaven and earth as witness today against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both you and your descendants may live, that you may love Yahweh your Elohim, that you may obey his voice, and that you may cling to him, for he is your life and the length of your days, and that you may dwell in the land which Yahweh swore to your fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to give them. Okay, now, man, see, like, man, Moses, man, he put it down, man. He told us, man, and see, we're back to that point right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Now I said here, man, let's go to chapter 31, verse 14, prediction of Israel's rebellion. Then the Lord told Moses, behold, the days approach when you must die. Call Joshua and present yourself in the tabernacles of meeting, that I may inaugurate him. So Moses and Joshua went and presented himself in the tabernacles of meeting. Now the Lord appeared at the tabernacle in the pillar of a cloud, the chariot, and the pillar of the cloud stood above the door of the tabernacle, and the Most High said to Moses, behold, you will rest with your fathers, and this people will rise and play the harlot with the gods of the foreigners of the land where they go to be among them, and they will forsake me and break my covenant which I have made with them. See, man, the Most High already knew we were going to fuck up, man. Then my anger shall be arose against them in that day, and I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, have not these evils come upon us, because our Elohim is not amongst us? And I will surely hide my face in that day, because of all the evil which they have done, in that they have turned to other gods, man, like we have now. That's what 2/3 of our people are gonna fucking perish, man, for worshiping all this other worldly shit. Now therefore write down this song for yourself, and teach to the children of Yasharala to put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel, when I have brought them to the land flowing with milk and honey, at which I swore to their fathers, that they have eaten and filled themselves and grown fat, that they will turn to other gods and serve them, and they will provoke me and break my covenant. Then I shall be, when many evils and troubles have come upon them, that this song will testify against them as a witness, for it will not be forgotten in the mouth of their descendants. For I know the inclination of their behavior today, even before I have brought them to the land of which I swore to give them. See, the Most High already knew we want to fucked up. Therefore Moses wrote this song the same day, and taught it to the children of Jasharala. Then he inaugurated Joshua the son of Nun, and said, be strong and good courage, for you shall bring the children of Jasharala into the land of which I swore to them that I will be with you. So it was when Moses had completed writing the words of this law in a book, when they were finished, that Moses commanded the Levites who bore the ark of the covenant of the Yahweh Elohim, saying, take this book of the law and put it beside the ark of the covenant of Yahweh your Elohim, that it may be there as a witness against you. For I know your rebellion and your stiff neck. If today, while I am yet alive with you, you have been rebellious against Yahweh your Elohim, then how much more after my death? See, man, because Moses was a brave leader, man, and he knew, man, but he believed in us. As a matter of fact, man, us, man, our descendants, Yasharala, we caused him to not make it to the promised land, man. That's why he got angry and all that. But that's another thing, man. Gather to me all the elders of your tribes and all your officers, and that I may speak these words in their hearing, and call heaven and earth to witness against them. For I know that after my death you will become utterly corrupt, and turn aside from the ways which I have commanded you, and evil will befall you in the latter days, because you will do evil in the sight of Yahweh your Elohim, to provoke him to anger through the works of your hands. See, man, and because and not only that we caused him to go into the promised land, but he always stood up for us, man. But that's gonna be chapter 1, man, and I'm going to do chapter 2, part 2 of this later today, man, and it's the Song of Moshe, man. So on that note, for now, Shalom.